What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Foxhound Finance, where we break down the markets, analyze key moves, and help you stay ahead of the game using technical analysis. Please understand that I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. All right, guys, kicking off the week with a quick Monday update. Thanks again for everybody who stopped by during the live stream this past Saturday. Guys, if you're new, jump in on those days with us on Saturdays between 1 and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we go over all these plays that I'm discussing in depth, and then we just discuss any other ticker symbols that you guys might have, and just a place to answer questions, okay? But starting off today, we're going to look at the SPY, AMC, NIO, RIVN, and Doge. All right, let's just jump into it real quick. Not a lot of craziness, right, going on in the market today in terms of the setups, but everything is, I believe, leading up to this like peak boiling point, okay? So for the SPY, I told you guys last week and then during the stream that, we want to hold this level here, this 534. We've been doing that. Nothing really significant today except holding what, 550, right? We didn't really have a crazy progression today with this candle, but I told you last week and again this weekend, the next target would be to get over this line here. And I do believe once we get over this, guys, I think this is going to be the snapping point for the whole market. And you're going to see this vicious price action to the upside, okay? A lot of volatility kicking in finally, okay? So you want to get above this line. What I am expecting, though, guys, is like the end of April, probably going to just be that closeout neutral, maybe like hit the top of this and then could potentially come back down to test the 534 one last time and have this be the final bounce, right? This being your trampoline to go through this. Not ruling that out because, again, this is really creeping slowly towards this level. And I told you guys back here, when you broke through this level the first time, you see how it came up and then just dropped back in. It took another shot down here for this to go. So I do think that if this touches this and you get any sort of like hesitation, it may come back down to this 534 and then you would get your rip through, starting off probably in the beginning of May. Lots of bullish news, guys, coming this first like week of May, right out the gate. So not ruling that out, though. Potential drop down to close out April around this 534, 535, and then using this as your final bounce. Okay, let's jump into AMC. And again, this right here, guys, it's gotten to the point where it's just kind of stalemating out, which I believe is a very, very bullish sign, okay? This thing is pretty much scraped the bottom of the barrel. I do believe, guys, if you've been paying attention, that we're playing out this sort of structure here, this M pattern. And excuse me, oh my God, still sick here. I believe we're playing out this M pattern, and in short, this took about 19 trading days. 19 trading days, okay, for this whole pattern to play out before you got this impulsive price action up to the 12 bucks, okay? So looking at that right now, I mean, again, guys, it doesn't have to be exactly a one-to-one pattern, but right now you're about 16 days into this potential M pattern. It's kind of going sideways right now. But I do believe like any kind of price action that comes up like this and then we get a drop down, I think that this is going to push you to like what? 5-1, 5-2, which would be what, this Friday. So might be somewhat of an ugly looking M pattern, but nonetheless, you're approaching the same time frame as the previous fractal there. And, that M pattern took about 19 days, and we were following it pretty closely. We would really need to see like the rest of the week kind of rise up like this. At that point, though, I don't even know if you would be able to complete this M move. You know what I mean? Because just everything that I have lined up on the side here, I'll show you guys. It just wouldn't make sense. But again, you kind of have to have an A, B, and C scenario for like what this is going to look like. So maybe playing this out, it's going to be a tight squeeze unless they just prolong it, and it's going to be more than 19 trading days. Again, it doesn't have to be 1-to-1. Only problem I have is, like I said, is the dates, though. The dates that are lining up with this looks really, really good for the first week of May. Other things to note would be some of the technicals, the EMAs, particularly the 200 EMAs at 448 already, guys. It's under 450, keeps dropping day in and day out. And I told you it's not going to take much price action, guys, to now consume these lines. We're right there in striking range to take the 200, like, without a doubt. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I think this sequence is now at its end. There's really no way I can see this like going up to the 200, like on this like squeeze or impulse move, quote unquote, and then just bouncing down, guys. I just don't think it's going to be the case. I think 2025 looks too good. We talked about it in depth in stream about, you know, the movies slate, how it looks, and just the overall progression of the company, what they've been doing. It's just not lining up for me to see this go down to like new all-time lows. I just don't see it. Even if Q1's not sexy looking on paper, you know what I mean? I think Q2, 3, and 4 just look super good that it doesn't make sense for this to hit a low like that, in my eyes. But that's just my opinion. Other things to note here as the dates right here. Okay, we'll go over the targets first. If you guys are new, I went over what I believe would be a double top back to that $12 move. And guys, the time frame is the same. It's a year. Look at this, a year apart. 417 to now, we're in the same time frame. Okay, basically playing out what seems to be almost the same pattern, right? So we're due for some kind of crazy move, and I've broken this down to the levels here. Okay, level 1 being $12, right up to here. You'd get a double top, maybe. That would be the only reason that would be a stopping point, guys, is because like your resistance. Okay, what the only resistance that I see is this right here, this $12, and then this like little smidgen right here, this $14 level. After that, guys, everything's gappy. Everything's gapping up to 55. I got a little no man's land target here at the $22 level. But again, I'm just curious to know like what would be stopping this move with this right here, the way it's set up on the technicals. It'd have to be some kind of intervention from an outside force that would stop this, because on the chart, it looks really good. Like if you get to a point where you're at 22, I don't see what would just stop you from getting to this $55 level, okay, from a technical standpoint, okay? So level 1, 12, level 2, 14, level 3, 22, level 4, $55. And also, too, that's where the breakdown happened, okay, with our play here with the split and all that stuff. So this $55 level, guys, super duper key. I would think that this would be like, in my eyes, on the charts, like everybody's first target. You know what I mean? Just looking at this with this waterfall drop, for me, this would be a very, very crucial mark to not only get to initially, but to like break through and hold. Okay, if you're going to see this thing go back up to like the 200-300 range, okay, over time. But this would be, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of the swamp down here, okay? We're at the ocean's bottom here. Let's call it that. Other than that, though, 110 would just be like a repeat January 2021 sequence, though, right here. So this 110 level, guys, that's like max first move that I could see. I don't think you're going to get a straight line for AMC in one shot. If anything, guys, I think you'll get a two-part thing where maybe you'll go like in a January type move here, and then maybe you'll get another part 2. Who knows, right? You got a whole different ball game in terms of the market compared to 2021. So, other news, guys, and this kind of applies for everything for AMC and the rest of the things that we're talking about today. But the catalyst, guys, AMC earnings is 5.6, 5.7. FOMC meetings 5.7. With the interest rate decision, you have the CPI data coming the next week, and then you have the China tariff deal. Literally, you know, God knows when that's going to happen. It could be any day, really, and that's all going to be considered bullish news, front and center in your face, like why the market's moving up, right? Even though we already see it coming ahead of time, it's just a matter of when they're ready to let this thing go. Okay, what picture is going to be painted for us? Okay, but guys, really, that's it for AMC. There's not much else to see here. Like I said, we're sitting at 271 for like the 5th day in a row. I mean, let's be real. Come on. I don't see this lasting forever. This is going to change direction, I think, in a big way to the upside very, very soon. Okay. And very soon for people, like waiting a week or 2 or whatever it is nothing in comparison to what we've sat here and waiting for like 3-4 years, some people. So if it takes a couple of weeks, I do think this summer overall, just the way I'm looking at all the plays, guys, looks incredibly good. It looks incredibly bullish. This entire summer looks like it's going to be a massive melt up, in my opinion, okay? So just waiting for that moment for AMC. We'll see if we get that, guys. Any kind of major price action by at the end of the week. Technically, this is also the first, we have this week is also kind of the first week of May in a sense, like half a week of May. So we kind of starting May on Thursday. So we will get Thursday and Friday to see if we start to get some of that momentum kicking in For the following week, you know, who knows? But I do think that actual first week of May, you got too much going on, guys. That could be very, very bullish case scenarios. Okay. Especially after that little tariff scare that we had, guys. I feel like that was their best move, and it's like time to really start cranking this thing up. Okay, Dogecoin. This is another one, guys. It's gonna go one of two ways. Either, you know, looking at this right here, I'd be in the same sequence over here, pretty much. This little down part right here, and then what happens in between. I pretty much copied the same pattern there, and so far, it looks like it's playing out, right? All I have to do is really go like this, and there you go. And you already see Dogecoin potentially coming back down here, and it may just bang around in here for a little bit. You know what I mean? But again, this is why I'm trying to tell you guys, over summer, I do see Doge, like everything, bullish. Like the latest I can get this going is like July, the kickoff really starting like right here at the end of June. You know what I mean? So this summer to me, guys, looks incredibly bullish. And I do think that for Doge, doubling tops every single run, 97 cents is my target, and then $1.17 for the 2618 fib extension that I ran on the previous move. Okay, that's the range that it went to. So if it goes back to the 2618 again, you're talking 117. But I mean, $1, guys, that's psychological for Doge. I can't even imagine people seeing $1 and not being significant when the all-time high is also 74 cents. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, this doesn't necessarily mean it's the peak run. I'm just saying that, like, these are the right now targets. Okay, I don't want people getting pissed off, being like, "Oh, Doge ain't going to 20 bucks." Like, dude, let's focus on that. We're at 17 cents, right? And anything that happens at an accelerated rate is just icing on the cake, and that's great. I'm happy for everybody, including myself. Okay, so Doge looks really good, just kind of like choppy right now. Looking at NIO, this looks stupid good. Okay, real quick, V-shaped pattern holding here, guys. This thing's heading for a breakout of this channel. I mean, it's on its way. I really, like I said, guys, I can't imagine that this just, you know, goes any further. Like, then again, look at this. This wedge is ending July. You see the spring through here, this support that's been held for a year straight. And again, guys, all of these plays are pretty much about a year of support in here. Okay, so it looks very, very good. You know, I mean, look at this, touch here, come back through tariff scare, only got us down to $3 for NIO, and then it just viciously rebounded. I just, this doesn't look like, to me, guys, you're going to come up here and then burst down into all these levels. I just don't see that happening. It doesn't look right to me. And again, why I say that is because if you've been following, this is playing out the IPO fractal from 2018 to 2020 before it went on a crazy 17x move from this point. Okay, let me blow this up for you real quick. NIO, when it broke out of this wedge channel, look at this, guys, 17x move from here. Okay, you're talking $3.77 up to $67 top. Okay, and that happened, guys, on an absolute monster shredding type price action for just weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, look at this, with barely literally any pullbacks, like a couple scares like right here and maybe right here initially, but like, look at this. Absolutely crazy. Okay, and if this does repeat again, okay, initially I have you guys on my charts here going to $25 at the top of this, like this long downward channel. Okay, breaks out of this though, not ruling out, guys, a maximum move up to like 80 bucks. Another 17x move would give you $84, guys. So just keep that in mind. This one's got insane potential, and I've been breaking this one down for, you know, what, the last 2 months now on just following the charts, and it looks like so good. I mean, you look at the comparison side by side here, and it's just crazy. Like, look at this. It looks crazy, but this looks amazing. I do expect, like I said, this summer is going to be super bullish for everything, guys. It's screaming on at every stock, different sectors across the board. It just looks very good. So NIO, initial burst out of here to $25. After that, guys, it's like sayonara. We could be seeing this thing go to 80 something bucks. All right. Doesn't make sense that it would do it. I mean, like, if you're looking at just pure fundamentals, it doesn't make sense on paper, but God knows what kind of news they're going to try to put out in front of you to justify such a move. But guys, looking scary good. Like, we don't have many weeks left in here. I think I told the chat Saturday it was like 3 to 6 weeks, I think, left in here. You know, unless you really come up and when they really want to bounce your head down one more time on this and then go, fine. But like, that's why I said the latest they can really dig this out is like July, guys. There's no room left. I mean, they've played every card. You know, I mean, we're talking about like what the Ukrainian interview with Zelensky. You don't have any cards to play. That's literally what the fuck I'm seeing right now. There's no cards for them to play. I mean, I don't know how else I can paint this for you. Look at Rivian. They couldn't do anything to Rivian. And I wonder why. I wonder who has their hand in this one. Oh, wait, Amazon. Look at Rivian, guys. Again, very similar to NIO. Same structures, guys. These ones were down 90% already, even after the tariff thing, the whole scare, crash, whatever the hell you guys want to label it. It didn't even affect any of these ones that were down 90%. Now, why is that? I wonder. You know, do you think they were going to give us these plays for 99% off? You know, and you were going to get it like with the, what, 20 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents? Like, come on, man. It just doesn't make sense. Rivian doing the same thing. Again, I'm seeing like 3 to 6 weeks, guys. 3 to 6 weeks. And then, like, if it keeps going this way, guys, in the next 3 to 6 weeks, this is definitely cracking out of here. Again, look at Rivian. The longest they could take this one, guys, at a very fine point of this wedge, 9.15. Okay, and that'd be like fall. I don't think that would even make sense. Unless you're telling me everything's going to break out in the fall, but like the other wedges on the other plays are already ending. So unless this is going to be like a domino effect kind of thing, fine. But like everything is already aiming to get out of here. You already had your massive, scary crash, I guess, for the rest of the year, really. I mean, there's really nothing else, guys, that I see here that's telling me that this is gonna go down. I mean, not after a candle like this right here. And the last thing I will say is, guys, this is a COVID repeat style move, okay? Not quite a full 35% crash or correction or whatever you want to call it. But, guys, very, very similar in how this candle responded. I'm seeing that across the board, okay? Look at the spine, like, and how this responded. You're telling me right now, the kind of money that was pressed in here, you're telling me that we're just going to delete that and go down? I mean, I'm sorry. I can't see it. If I'm wrong, I will stand on business and say that I'm wrong. But guys, you don't see a fucking candle like this for the broader market in a single day unless this shit is really ready to reverse. I'm sorry. You just don't see it, guys. You don't see that kind of candle unless, again, you know what's coming. Okay? That's all I have for today. All right? Everybody stay focused, stay strong. Hope everybody's having a good start to the, late spring, I should say, early summer. I mean, I know the weather's been pretty bipolar, but hope you guys are taking some time to enjoy yourself through the madness of this market, man. Don't be too glued to this stuff. I do think that this is going to happen, like I said, kind of at a moment's notice, So nothing really to sweat out, guys. Everything looks very good, like I said, across the board for all of these. We're just waiting on that moment now at this point. I think everything has pretty much been bottomed out. There's no way I can see any of this reversing or getting any worse than what it's at. Not for AMC, not for any of these, okay? So everybody, relax. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, guys. Follow along. Again, I think we're in that moment. We were joking in the live stream that when this thing finally pops off, we're going to be going crazy because we've been like pretty much calling this thing bar for bar. You know what I mean? And just seeing this progression, how it's played out, it's been laughable. Like even the freaking tariff scare, we were just sitting through that, guys, laughing. We're like, none of our shit's getting hit. Why is everything else going down 60%, but our stuff's still holding? It's just funny stuff that was going on. So that's when guys, this is pretty much now thinned out. The worst they can do is put this sideways. It has to choose a direction. So everybody, take care of yourselves. Like I said, drop a comment down below, guys. If I'm off my rocker here, you think I'm crazy, let me know in the comments, okay? I'll see you guys in another update probably on Wednesday, okay? See you guys then. Everybody take care.